Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I want also to make my contribution to this important bill, the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. And as part of my opening remarks, Honorable Speaker, I want to start by thanking the committee, the joint committee, which looked at this bill and did a very detailed report. Honorable Speaker, I must confess I've looked at this report, and I can actually say it's a good report. It provides a lot of information which will help in adding value to this important bill. Honorable Speaker, this bill is not perfect. I want to start by saying that. It has some very progressive proposals, but at the same time, Honorable Speaker, I think there are areas which, to me, as a member of Parliament for Kitui Central, and as somebody coming from Kitui County, I would say I'm not happy with. So as I make my contribution, Honorable Speaker, I will be able to point out areas which I think I'm not happy with. I want to start, Honorable Speaker, with Clause 3 of this bill. Clause 3 of this bill, Honorable Speaker, talks about economy and shared prosperity. Honorable Speaker, if you look at the history of this country and try to analyze why some Kenyans say they don't belong to this country, is because of what I will call inequitable distribution of national resources. And to me, Honorable Speaker, this is one of the things which have meant a number of Kenyans feel like being marginalized. When you look at Clause 3, the issue of economy and shared prosperity, Honorable Speaker, to me this is very progressive. Honorable Speaker, I want to state in this House that the county where I come from, Kitui County, we have been having a Class B road, which has remained untarmacked since independence. It is only this year, Honorable Speaker, now that this road has been done. And Honorable Speaker, I must say, really appreciate His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta for seeing the need to tarmac this road, because his government has supported tarmacking of this road. So, Honorable Speaker, and I see this clause talking about shared prosperity. To me, it makes a lot of sense. And this is very attractive to me and the people I lead, Honorable Speaker. Because, Honorable Speaker, if you look at Part C of that clause, it talks about sustainable sources of livelihood. It says the state shall promote sustainable sources of livelihood, including agriculture, pastoralism, and the blue economy. And the D of it says the state will promote, or shall, meaning it's mandatory, promote an economic system that supports small and micro enterprises. Honorable Speaker, our county is very rich with mineral resources, Honorable Speaker, and they are not exploited. So to me, when I look at this clause, the clause is saying the state shall make sure that these resources are exploited for the benefit of our people. And to me, this is very attractive. And I will be supporting this bill because of this particular clause, because it's going to empower our people economically, and it's going to be really of much help to our people. Honorable Speaker, the other matter I want to raise is the matter of representation, Honorable Speaker. We have been told we are increasing the number of MPs to 360. Some members are saying to go to about 600 and that. And there's this argument, Honorable Speaker, about the cost of these positions. And Honorable Speaker, I think we need to be honest as honorable members. People need to take time and do a proper analysis of this proposal matters cost. Because, Honorable Speaker, from where I sit and where I stand, Honorable Speaker, when you analyze the cost implication of these additional positions, Honorable Speaker, there are high chances that actually the country will be saving money. And this can be proved through analysis of data, Honorable Speaker. Because we are saying we are now bringing ministers to this House and assistant ministers to this House, Honorable Speaker, and the truth of the matter is this will be members of Parliament. So they will only get additional allowance possibly when they become ministers. And we'll be doing away with the 22 CSs who are earning full salary, Honorable Speaker, We will be doing away with 42 chief administrative secretaries who are earning salaries. And if you do that mathematics quickly, Honorable Speaker, there are high chances that actually you'll be saving. And I've taken time to look at this salary. And I must say, Honorable Speaker, at the end of the day, Honorable Speaker, the issue of cost to me should really not be a major issue. Because when you look at the total budget, Honorable Speaker, this Parliament, at the end of the day, hardly takes more than 1.5% of the total budget. So, looking at that, Honorable Speaker, to me, I think the issue of cost doesn't make sense to me much. And that's why I want to tie that, Honorable Speaker, with the issue of corruption. The Auditor General, Honorable Speaker, every year informs this House that we lose about a third of our budget, which is about $1 trillion, Honorable Speaker, to misapplication, misdirection, and corruption issues, Honorable Speaker. And if we were to sort out the issues of corruption, Honorable Speaker, even the 10 billion we are talking about, the referendum, Honorable Speaker, will be a drop in the sea. Because, Honorable Speaker, much more money is being spent or misused through corruption as compared to what we are likely to use to take care of this document. And all said and done, Honorable Speaker, we are talking about promoting peace and unity of this country. I don't see us achieving that, Honorable Speaker, by having Kenyans having no sense of belonging, that we belong to this country, because the more we remain divided, Honorable Speaker, as a country, the more we are likely to continue losing resources. Because after every election, there will be chaos, we will waste time, we will have no business, people will not do their work, and as a result of that, we will also be losing resources, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want now to some extent, Honorable Speaker, talk about the financial issues captured in this bill, which to me I think they are very progressive. Honorable Speaker, if you look at clause 12, it talks about the Senate taking over the issue of ensuring accountability in terms of county on revenue generated resources, Honorable Speaker. So at that level, it means now the Senate, other than just looking at what comes from the national government, it is going to look at what the counties are generating at their level and ensure that there's accountability, and at the same time also look at the expenditure part of that revenue. So, Honorable Speaker, to me, I think if this is done correctly, it's going to help this country in terms of financial management. The second point, Honorable Speaker, which I think is very important, is the issue of the county assembly fund. Honorable Speaker, our county assemblies are at the mercy of the governors and the executive. And, Honorable Speaker, of late, there are even cases where our MCRs are not getting salaries because the governor decided they cannot pay. And to me, I think this financial autonomy, what I call independence, Honorable Speaker, will go a long way in ensuring that our county assemblies, Honorable Speaker, do their work effectively. But for now, there are some of them who have been told, if you don't do 1, 2, 3, we are not going to give you money. So, Honorable Speaker, I want really to say this is a progressive recommendation because we want to see our county assemblies being independent matters financial. The other thing, Honorable Speaker, is important in this bill is the issue of the time release of resources. Honorable Speaker, over time, there has been a lot of delay in releasing money to the counties, and more so when there are challenges to do with the Division of Revenue bill. If we don't pass the DORA in time, there has always been a delay. This bill is proposing, Honorable Speaker, that now, once we pass this bill, counties will have to get their money, whether this House has passed DORA or not. What are they proposing? They are proposing, if there is a delay in passing DORA, then counties should be able to be given money on the basis of 50% of what was allocated in the previous year. And to me, I think this sorts the issue of the delay. The other thing is happening, Honorable Speaker, I think is important, is also the issue of the CARA. They are saying where the county revenue allocation bill is late, Honorable Speaker, they are saying then the counties will also be able to access 50% based on what they approved the previous year. And this also does allow the counties to prepare their budgets on the basis of not DORA, but their budget on the basis of all what they have as local needs. And I think to me this is very important, Honorable Speaker. So this is something which to me is also progressive. The other point, Honorable Speaker, is the issue of the 15% of that 5% increase for county allocation. Resources going to the county. Honorable Speaker, the truth of the matter is, when we say 15%, anything additional is at the discretion of whoever is ruling. When we say minimum of 35, it means there's no discretion. So whoever comes in, and we don't care who will come in, the 35% of that money will have to go to the counties. And for some of us who come from counties where we have been in opposition for a long time, Honorable Speaker, I think this is very critical. We want to get our share, and let us now deal with our local issues in terms of who is the governor, whether the governor is misappropriating resources or not. But the fact that the money will flow to the county, irrespective of whether you are voted for the ruling party or not, to me that is a positive for this country. And I think I really want to urge people to support this. Because, Honorable Speaker, we don't know who is going to be in the opposition today and who is going to be in the government tomorrow. Today you are in the government, tomorrow you are likely to be in the opposition. So let's support this because it's ensured that at least that 5% of the resources find their way to the counties, Honorable Speaker. The other point, Honorable Speaker, is the World Development Fund. To me, Honorable Speaker, the World Development Fund is very important. Very, very important. Because I am MCs who never see eye to eye with the governors. And as a result of that, they have been actually marginalized, those particular wards. So with this proposal, Honorable Speaker, we are now very sure that every ward in every county will be able to access some minimum resources to do development in the ward. And this is also applicable to CDF. Honorable Speaker, we have so many cases against CDF. And these cases have been in court. People claiming CDF is not constitutional. Now that we are pushing CDF to be part of the Constitution, and that is now Clause 52, Honorable Speaker, of this bill, by the fact that we pass this Clause 52, then nobody will go to court claiming CDF is not constitutional. And to me, Mr. Speaker, I still believe, as a Kenyan, CDF still remains the most effective fund in terms of ensuring that Kenyans get value for money for all the development projects and programs. And I would really want to wish members support this so that CDF becomes part of our Constitution and it continues helping us, our people. Honorable Speaker, let me talk about the issue of the politics around this bill, the issue of the gender equality, where we have been told, Honorable Speaker, there will be additional slots for people, the 70 slots take care of the gender issues. But one worrying thing, Honorable Speaker, and which I don't agree with as a person, is this statement which talks about equality of the vote, which means, Honorable Speaker, the focus here now is all on population. But the Constitution is very clear, Honorable Speaker, that even as you create constituencies, there are other factors which must be considered. Area of what we call geographical area, and even other factors which are in the Constitution. So when you only talk about equality of the vote, Honorable Speaker, to me, I think we have been unfair to areas like where I come from, where we are not very many in terms of numbers, but we have very huge tracts of land, which cannot be ignored. Because, Honorable Speaker, if you are going to deliver development in such an area, you require more resources in terms of logistics and all that. The other thing, Honorable Speaker, and this is what I don't agree is, Honorable Speaker, personally, I don't agree with this Schedule 2. I've looked at it. I've analyzed, Honorable Speaker, and I've looked at it statistically. Honorable Speaker, I must confirm that there is no scientific method which has been used to come up with this schedule. Kitui County has 1.35 population, people in terms of population. We didn't get even a single constituency. And Honorable Speaker, we are saying we want to pass this, but it should be the work of IBC to do delimitation so that it is done in a scientific manner without ignoring any part. The other one I want to say is even Kitui County is very big. We have always been demanding for an additional county, and we continue demanding for an additional county because we think for our people to get services effectively, we will need that county. So as I conclude, Honorable Speaker, I want to say that there are good things, but there are also bad things in this bill. The issue is trying to check whether it's 80% bad or 20% good. Depending on that, we'll be telling our people to vote for the bill, but we'll be insisting that whatever we think is bad is also addressed at the right time, so that our people also benefit, Honorable Speaker. So with those many remarks, Honorable Speaker, because I can see time is becoming an issue, I want to say, Honorable Speaker,
Very well. Honorable Mwashako, member for Udai. What is out of order, Honorable Washiri?